Here we go. Ready? Oh, who's better than me? Yeah. What's up, guys? I know I'm just standing in a weird spot, but now that I have all of the crown being worked on, I'm still working with Steve and trying to get some moldings finished. I figured I'd put the base molding back on. Well, not back on, I might as well attach the base molding. Now check it out. Now that I have my candle pull location, it's time for me to make this frame and attach the base molding. Now I couldn't really put... Sorry about that. Where the hell was I? Okay, now that I have the candle pull location, I really just can't put the base molding on. I mean, I couldn't put the molding on the candle pull. I needed to have the location of my base molding, because the base molding is going to come up to about here, and I need to make sure that the location of this molding is centered between this flat and this flat here underneath the door. So you can see that I have a pine secondary wood frame in, and I have it that goes all around the perimeter of the box. Now I put it on a little big, and then I planed it with my shoulder plane, and I paired it with a chisel to make sure that it's totally dead even with the face of the case all the way around. Now check it out. That is the molding that goes on the front of it. Sweet, huh? Like the way it looks? So, you know, before I can miter these corners and these outside corners and all these corners all the way around the front of the case, the first thing I want to do is take it all apart and put some wax paper underneath the frame, so when I glue this on there, it's not going to stick to the top of the case. And I need to take some paraffin wax and put it on the face of this thing just a little bit, so I can leave this box on the frame and just attach the molding to it without having to take apart the whole assembly, because basically I want to build this frame around my box. So no matter what happens, it's going to be tight to the box, and if there's a little discrepancy in the frame as opposed to the box, it's not going to be pronounced when I go to fit the box, because it's already going to be fit to the box. You know what I'm saying to you? So that's what I'm going to get to doing, and after I have the wax underneath it and I have this piece set, I'll get back to you and show you how I'm going to attach it. I'm a little concerned about the way I'm going to glue it, you know what I mean, because there's really no way to clamp it, but I feel pretty confident that I'm going to be able to execute these next few tasks. Okay, alright guys, now you can see that I have the frame in line with the case. I have my wax underneath it. I have the paraffin wax all along the bottom. Now I cut this piece to fit inside the two miters on the ends, okay, to fit perfectly. Now the next thing I need to do is glue this thing, obviously. So I have a line right here. I don't know if you can see that line right there. That represents the rabbit that this is going to create after I put it in there. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on there and attach it to this face frame. So keep your fingers crossed. Hopefully this is going to work out. I'm really not too sure, to be honest with you. Well, I'm pretty sure. I did this once before, so. This is how I did the Bombe secretary. Yeah, this is a Bombe. The Salem secretary that I built at school, this was the way that I attached it. But I gotta tell you, working in that school and working here is like two totally different things. There's a sense of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like if you screw something up, you know, there's like a security blanket there with Lance and Steve and Alex and all the guys, you know. But out here, I'm all by myself, so that's the way it goes. So I'm just going to spread this glue on and then see how it gets in there. Now you don't need to slaughter this with glue at all. Almost a rub joint would be enough. But since it's tight inside the those two corners, I got a couple of clamps that I'm going to put down on it. It's surprising how well rub joints work, you know? I mean, they're really strong. Alright. You can see I got a little bit of glue on there. Nothing heavy, nothing that drastic, but it's going to be enough for this whole process. Oh. I hit the face of it. Slipped out of my hand because of stupid glue. That's okay. That's the beauty of having that other glue on, that other wax on it. I should probably take it off, huh? Yeah, definitely. Just gonna wipe it in with some more wax. Take two. Alright. It's in there. So I'm just gonna put a few clamps on it and let it dry. It really doesn't need much pressure at all. I'm just trying to hold it up to it. Just like so. Having a bad couple days, everybody. It's okay. What? One more clamp and that should be it. Alright, well there's the first step in the process of wrapping this frame with some molding. And when I get further along, I'll turn it back on and show you guys the final product. Alright, see ya. Hey, what's up guys? I forgot to film, you know, putting the miters together, but it's basically just putting miters together and cutting on the miter box and getting these things tight, you know. So I finished it, and I just want to show you guys how it looks. I mean, I think it looks really, really awesome. So I'm just going to move the camera a little bit, all right? Huh? Now you can see how the lower case is tied together with the upper case. And this is what I always try to stress. It's really important that you make sure that this wood is the same as that and this, you know, because look at this thing's not even stained or anything, and it blends really, really well. Now, I'm going to show you something kind of cool. You see the side of it? It looks awesome. It looks awesome the whole way, right? You know? Check it out. This isn't attached to the case yet, but ultimately this is going to get glued to the top of the bottom case, and this upper case, right? Huh? How awesome is that? It just slides in there, guys. That's what it does. You attach it from the back, all right? So, here it is. You see how it acts like a little rabbit, and this upper box just slides into place? Look at those nice clean miter. I haven't really even sanded this out yet. I sanded this at the beginning. It's always nice to sand this molding before you put it on, but I did here and there. That outside miter, inside miter. Now this piece is only about, you know, not even a half an inch. Huh? Outside miter. Now it's a little heavy on the side of the case still, and it's you know, it's a little proud on the front here. And I'm not going to glue this on yet, because what I need to do is I still need to cut this off here, right? And then I need to fit my lid front, and the lid has to sit perfectly on this angle and this angle here when it gets hinged to here, you know. So like the problem might be is that if you hinge this thing, right, if you hinge it and it's not perfect, then it's not going to align perfectly on the top of the case on that line. So what I need to do, let me just put this camera back on. Stand. Sorry. Sweet. Alright. Now what happens is you just can't cut this and glue it and leave it where it wants to be. Okay? This stuff here, the location on the front of this. Can you guys see any of this? There we go. I was blacked out from the sun or something. The location of the front of this molding gets determined after I plane the front of this bevel. And this gets determined after I cut the side and fit the lid. So this is good for where it is right now. And that's how you make this rabbit. Okay? You can see that it's really sweet. You know what I mean? And you would never think that those were two separate pieces. Just like that. Boom. I mean, it really fits well. Once this gets cleaned up and sanded and finish gets put on it, you know, you're not really going to see that line. And that's nothing. I mean, that line is barely the thickness of a piece of paper. And which is kind of interesting, too, because you can see it, you know? You see that line? It looks like it's honking. Where am I? Right here? That line right there? But honestly, that's like the thickness of a piece of paper. That's just to show you the tolerances that your eye can actually get to. There's a piece of paper. See, it's barely fitting in there. It doesn't even fit in the back. So that's that, guys. I'm just getting stressed out with this camera. Sorry. Well, you know what? That's another little step completed in the process of this whole project. Now that I have this piece laid in here, guys, you can see. Where am I? Right here. Okay. Now that I have this piece in, you can see the space between the bottom and the top. It should be close to the same. I don't know if it is. I haven't measured it. It doesn't look it. It looks like the bottom's a little narrower. So anyways, now I can make this piece of molding and have confidence that it's going to be centered in this opening. So I'm going to get to doing that next, and then we'll keep working on the top and keep going. So that's that. Another little piece of the puzzle completed.